Wassail all over the town. Our toast it is white and our ale it is brown. Our bowl it is made of the white maple tree. With a wassailing paw we'll drink to thee. So here is to Cherry and to his right cheek. Pray God send our master a good piece of beef, and a good piece of beef that may we all see. With a wassailing paw we'll drink to thee.
You've got to understand everything.
Three different ones here then?
Yeah, we got number one, going down which is
Is it when you want to be about?
Okay, I would like to just ask everybody to come round to this side, those involved with Rugby Camra, and anyone else who's involved with beer.
that's the old pub, isn't it?
Or anybody.
Should be, anyway.
Right, just going to squeeze you across a little bit, guys, to make sure that everybody can get
Go in the middle. You can, my lovely, you can.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, right, we all know why we're here, but I just want to give you just a little bit of brief history, because today's been a slight revelation, certain things about Harry that have come out. Pete that have come out.
Oh no!
Now, although Pete may be a local orange icon. A
lycra
all of those things and more. But I will say there are a couple of things that Pete doesn't know, and for the other people here, I should explain. The way that Rugby Beer Festival, this was our 29th. Rugby being a relatively small town of supposedly 100,000 people on, has strong links with the sort of ethos of which Geeves is about. It is an industrial town, it has a strong canal heritage. Unfortunately, and I do apologise on behalf of Louis, our branch chairman, who runs both the Crick Boat Show, which is the biggest narrowboat festival in Britain, and also the Braunston Narrowboat Festival. He does the beer festivals at both of those. He really should be here to take this, and I'm sure he's as fucked off as anyone. And I say it in that sense, so you get a strength of feeling for it, because there's no way he's slightly miffed at not being here. I think that's fair to say. A little bit about those people who've not been. Rugby Beer Festival, we had about 50 odd beers this year. The vote itself is taken from the general public. Everybody is entitled to vote for the beer. I will say, of all of the beers that we had, every single beer got at least one vote. Now, you have to think about that. That is a choice of 50 beers, and you've nailed yours to a particular mast. To get every beer at that festival is something. If I could tell you this, and I'd blag it up for Bluey, that's about the third or fourth year running he's done that. And I doubt most festivals can say that. There are two spots that you do not want to get at our festival. You do not want, because it's a big bank of barrels. We don't do hand pumps, it's straight out of the barrel. You do not want bottom left, because that's a killer. And you don't want it right, miles away from everybody else. So, I will say, having every single beer get at least one vote, it's pretty tough. Now this year, we had about 700, 800 people attend. We had the best part of 200 people vote. And that's a significant amount when it's the general public. Now, as I explained to Pete, I'm happy to say to everybody, we have a vociferous character on a Friday and Saturday night who makes sure that everyone leaves the festival votes. Basically,
that could be, Steve.
I don't wish to name names, but yeah, you pretty much can't leave the festival. Now, as I was explaining to Pete and Harry, I think I fully understand, it doesn't matter how these people are. If you ask them what their favourite beer at the festival is, they pretty much will tell you straight away. Can't tell you their own name, but they can tell you what their favourite beer was. So we get a real good demographic across the whole of the range of beers. But when it's the general public, you, to a large degree, you've no idea what they're going to do, which is the best possible review of a beer festival, because you get the truth. You can't hide it. There's no cheating. You get the real McCoy, because people come from all over to come to our festival, as they do across. We had a big festival competing against us, so the people that turned up to ours, all our locals plus all the others, came. The vast majority, I've said, a third turnout possibly for beer scoring, people voting on the beer festival. It was pretty good by any festival standard. I would say a lot of festivals will not get the turnout that we get because they don't have the bully on the door beating them up. It's as simple as that. But over 50 beers, every beer. Now I will say, we did have a clear winner, but we had 4 runners-up, you know. And but for the grace of God, I would now be in Orkney.
Oh! I'm sorry.
Or Peterborough.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Or Rugby.
Look at the expense you've
Or
said.
somewhere else. Now, Orkney at this time of year, I'm sure is not a comparison to Barnsley. And I'm sure me and the rest of the guys from Rugby today are more than happy to be here.
Excellent.
So, having won it, the story behind it. Now, I didn't twig about the Coco Canal connection. Because I'm not a fashion DVD, what's the word?
DVD.
Diva.
Fashionista was what I meant. But it just didn't get to me. I just didn't twig it. But it was clearly, almost from straight off, fantastic beer. And although we as the brand, we get 1 vote. And our votes would not be enough to win this award. The public clearly came in and saw exactly the same as us. We have got a little bit of a black history of beers in Rugby, so you know you were up against it. We had a number of black beers, but against some of the other beers ranging from the low beers, middle range to the strong ones. You know, I think Attila from Oakham was one of the second ones at 7 point whatever, but you mullered it. You mullered it by the one thing I haven't told you. You got the flipping worst bit. You had bottom left. The bottom left.
You didn't want bottom
Next to
left.
the foreigners, it's a killer place to be. You just, oh God. And you
Think of our knees.
straight
That's
off.
what you got to think of.
I will say to the beer that was top right, they were as well. They got into the top 7, but there were no in it. So I am really, really pleased. As I said earlier, there is a strong heritage between, in real terms, Rugby and Geeves with the canal history. We've got strong canal history in Rugby. I will say a couple of other things that we've seen today. The pump clips, awesome. Anybody that can play music, that can do stuff like that, you are so that is just brilliant. I mean, as I said to you earlier, beer choice and beer quality is fantastic, but there is such a quality of pump clips to attract people now. So you should take some real credit because yours are absolutely awesome. The thing I've said, and I didn't think my brands were as bright as this, but when they saw the pump clips, you will have heard Richard laugh the loudest. It was the one who went right up front and actually couldn't see it until he walked away. But the pump clips being in the shape of a barge is just genius. It's just genius. It's absolutely fantastic. And with due respect to yourself, young man, I hope your talents as a pump clip aficionado go on, because you really have something going for you there. Keep him. He's a good one.
Yeah.
But I've gone on long enough, and by now some of you will be well and truly parched. So it gives me great pleasure. Now, to be fair to Pete, he's asked me to make the presentation to Harry, which is a fantastic gesture for a mellow to a son. So I will do that as he's requested it. Now, can I ask you to put your hands together for the Geeves Brewery, for the Coco Canal winner, 2012. Absolute and pleasure. Thank you so much. That is now yours, sir. Thank you. You have the dubious pleasure of replying on behalf of Geeves. Yes, you do.
Why do you think I said present it to me?
There is a small quick. Hold it. You holding that?
Yep, I'm holding.
Drink.
Oh, sorry.
You ever saw the scene?
Put your pint up, Harry.
Here's the Geeves. I want the Geeves.
Harry, put your pint up.
I can't see.
There you go.
Smile. So Geeves. Look this way. You've got nice ladies for taking photos.
Excellent.
Smile.
You said be rich, I said be rich one.
I
couldn't get me in.
Would you like to respond? Feel free.
Yes, thank you.
your dad landed unit.
Really, as our first camera award, it's fantastic, and we really weren't expecting it.
Get on with it.
Yeah, I mean, we really want to do it best as we can, and this is a fantastic start to our career, really, I think, so, and our brewing.
It's a cracking beer.
It is. Yeah, so thank you, Rugby Camra, and hopefully it'll be the first of many.
Yeah.
Can I just say as well that as from the business point, thank you to the anglers who've been very supportive to us and taken our beer, and that's why we're here. Yeah. So
Thank you,
Yes.
and let's finish the firkins, as they say.
Right. Ignore him. Are you happy you've got what you need?
I've got what I want.
You're the promoter.
Thanks.
I was going to go outside. There's a better in here. That's
Whatever you want to do,
Yeah, where is it?
you're in charge. Make sure you've got what you need, sir.
Yeah, I'm all in.
You're right there.